made some games. I've made some bug fixes and stuff like that. But the ability for me within a single night, like an hour or two, to make significant project progress on home games, like, is just a completely new thing. I guess right now I'll talk about the AI stuff. I have more things to talk about, but the AI stuff has been it's been so insane. Like I said, starting with that the cursor stuff that I did and seeing kind of a little bit of potential, and then going on to building the studio features with Claude Opus and seeing even more potential, and then kind of where we are now with the Claude Fable models, as well as GPT Soul, I think is what it's called. Um, just like unbelievable ability to write code. And just this is all separate, I think, from, in my opinion, from like images and video and all that stuff with AI. I hate calling places and they have an AI voice talking to me. I hate seeing AI photos. I hate seeing AI videos. I mean, like, I think it's a pretty common thing. And not that they don't have their place. Like, there's a I Love Gabagool video that I love. It's a AI slop on Twitter with, anyway, it's just garbage. And I think that has a place in my life, a little bit of AI generated garbage. But I hate the idea of a world where people are just like giving human beings output of AI, and that is like your creative output as a person. I think that's bad. So obviously still trying to kind of clarify my whole opinion on stuff, but things are changing fast. But I'm opposed to, yeah, like I was watching cable TV the other day, and there's an obvious AI ad with like AI courtroom people and AI voiceover talking about, I don't know, something stupid, and it's just it was so soulless, and it's crazy that like this is the real world, that this is actually happening. People are really trying to show me this to get me to buy something, and I really hate it. All of that said, AI has essentially in my real life um, automated a huge part of programming, which is actually writing the code. I've had like an existential crisis over the last 7 or 8 months with this. Just for context, I'm like, I think, a real programmer. I've been working in as like a professional whatever in my real life for over 10 years. Big companies, small companies, like big scale, like real stuff. I'm like a real person. Degree in computer science, whatever. I don't know. I'm not trying to. I'm not like titles or whatever. I just like I know what I'm doing with a computer. I made most of home games by myself. Well, yeah, most of home games by myself over time, just kind of like whatever, messing around. I know how to write code. I understand it. I whatever. At the same time, it feels like a lot of that is over, and it's kind of an insane feeling, seeing my day to day kind of job um, become something completely different over the course of less than a year. And so we'll see, obviously, what happens in the next year, several years, whatever. Everything is really crazy these days. But the entire software engineering thing, I think, has become like a very different thing. I think fundamentals today are stronger, or are probably more required than ever. Like if I were doing this stuff and getting output from Claude and putting it into a browser and having it work, which it's basically what I do. Um, I think it would just be like baffling. It already kind of is, but it's like, what is happening? I don't understand what's happening on my computer, and it just I'd feel lost. And so thinking about the current world where the building blocks are just different, it's like I'm not thinking about methods and classes and I don't know, just traditional, just bits and pieces about specifics that don't really matter about how a thing works. I'm trying to get a thing working. And there's kind of an ego thing when you're writing code. Obviously, there's like a really important, cool thing about, I understand this, I wrote this, it's readable, it's understandable, it's a clean abstraction, it's whatever. I understand the art, and I love the art of computer programming. But are you like my thing is I've been trying to think, a lot of that is like I said, ego and feeling smart, feeling good, feeling like I'm doing cool puzzles at work and being fulfilled. But at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is make something or fix something. No one really cares if you feel cool about the way it works, except for a very few people. Um, and so, yeah, I had this crisis where it's like these things are going to ruin my life and replace my job, and this all could totally happen. But right now, in this moment, it feels like they basically just took care of a huge part of making stuff, and it's actually super easy to make stuff. And it's a crazy thing with Homegames because, like I said, obviously been working on this before LLMs were widely available or whatever even existed. um, and uh, I guess this is like kind of a corny thing, but if you follow me a little bit, so I like YouTube. I love YouTube. I'm not very good at the video stuff, but I tried making YouTube videos in 2006, 2007, and at that time, the way I did it partially was with a flip video camera. Super easy, like USB 2.0 stick right attached to it, so you could just plug the entire camera into your computer. And then with YouTube, you could basically just yank those files off of your thing. I think I had to put them through editing software or whatever at the time, but the process was easy. The idea that you didn't need to have like $1,000 camera or any kind of idea what you were doing, you could just have this kind of basic $50 whatever it was $50 camera and become a YouTuber. It kind of made sense, right? Like YouTube blows up and makes this platform where anybody can make movies, and then the flip video camera is out, and like really anybody can make movies. So the Homegames thing is interesting because it feels like the LLMs are kind of like the flip video camera, where I've been making this thing where you can put up JavaScript and have a running game. But obviously the bottleneck or the problem is most people don't know JavaScript, and even the people that do, you know, what does knowing JavaScript mean? Like, are you proficient? Do you have the interest? Do you have the time to learn how like this game system is structured when there's a million different ways to learn how to make games or play games or whatever? You know, there's a bunch of different stuff out there. And so me making a platform where it's actually super easy to do stuff if you just have the code, and then similar like on the same timeline, this thing comes out that makes it super easy to generate code, and it's cheap, you know, like a chat GPT membership or whatever. Chat GPT plus is like $20 a month, or there's even like a free version of it or whatever. I mean, it's accessible, and I think it'll only get more accessible. So as time goes on and these tools become more regular, less niche, people just will have the ability to just say, I want this game that does this, and then this system can let you just kind of do it and share it and make it go. Kind of like a really crazy thing. I'm still trying to be confident in that kind of like metaphor or comparison to the flip video camera, but I do think that's probably the strongest thing. It just feels like the accessibility has been solved kind of coincidentally in the last couple of years since I stopped doing this thing.